Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to draw a grid on your paper using a ruler to make sure that you have a correct 1-inch grid. You're going to use this technique later on for a project I'm going to give you, but I'm going to put a little twist on the project. Typically, whenever you draw a grid, you're going to want to do it with a lighter pencil, like a 3H, or even your mechanical pencil will work. But for this video, I'm going to use a 5B, which is a darker pencil, so that way you can see my marks clearly. So with your ruler, don't line up your ruler where the edge of the ruler is at the edge of the paper, because you're not going to have a correct measurement. And because as you can see, this is a 8.5 by 11 paper, and right here we're just under 11 inches. So you're going to want to line your ruler up to the mark on the left of the 0 to ensure that you're going to have the correct measurements across your grid. So starting, closer to the top, you're going to make marks every 1 inch. Now you're going to move your ruler down and make another set of marks. You're going to actually do 3 sets because sometimes you may accidentally make a mark in a wrong spot or just slightly off, but you're not going to make 3 mistakes on one line. By having 3 sets, you can line up your ruler to the 2 that match, and with any practice, all 3 will match. So you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay. Now turn your ruler and line up the marks that you made. And you can see that this one is slightly off from these 2. So I'm going to use those 2 as my line. Okay. Now this point is where my students usually get confused, so let me explain this part more thoroughly. Now that we have our vertical lines, we need to do our horizontal lines. To do this, turn your paper and with your ruler in the same direction as your lines, you're going to start with in between one of the sections and line up your ruler, the line left of the 0, and do the same thing, 3 sets of marks down the paper. Now as you can see, this is an 8.5 by 11 paper. So this 1/2 inch will be all the way down, and it's a good space so you can sign your artwork after you're finished. Okay. Now turn your ruler and line up your marks and draw your line. Oops, I just messed up right there. And that's why you use a light pencil, because everyone makes mistakes, and mistakes are okay. So now you have your grid. fix any mistakes that you made, and then you're good to go.